see what's going
Are you nuts?
It's been suggested.
Come on, Caleb!
Lube or lewd?
Yes, and it's the choice of a new generation.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
OMG, we're live. Take it away, Pez.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? We got a great matchup here for you tonight. Show about trivia episode number 552, and we are starting to really kind of wind down this King of the ASAT 2025 tournament. We are in round 3, and we got another matchup, and I'm here, your guest host, Austin Pesel, because JPO be playing Mr. Robert Castor tonight, and we got some good stuff. The winners here go to the semifinals, so the winner of this one will face Mesa Media, Mr. Steve Mesa over on the right-hand side, and we still got to do a little big business on the left-hand side with Jeremy Potters and Corey Quinto, the guy that we're not sure. He might be a cyborg. We really don't know. Only time will tell. But anyways, got my competitors here tonight. JPO, how's it going? You made it this far. How you feeling tonight?
Just dandy. Let's see what my fortune is. And you will try hard but lose to Robert. That's very specific. It's weird that they knew.
Yeah, it's weird that you got that randomly from a Chinese restaurant. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Robert Castor, you got JPO tonight. How you feeling, buddy?
It's JP's game, right? So I don't have to worry about anything. It'll go out.
The guy that created basketball, he's the best basketball player. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
I was.
How it's going to work tonight? You guys are all ASAT veterans. You know how it's going to work. I've got 20 questions. Hopefully, you got 20 answers for me. Since I won't have the questions on the screen, I'll make sure I repeat each question twice for you up front to make sure you heard every bit of that. And then the countdown will start after that repeat. But speaking of repeats and extensions, you need one, just say so. Give you each 3 apiece for the matchup. You guys know how it works. We don't need to, postpone anything too long. You guys ready to rock? Have a little fun?
Yes, sir.
You guys know my, JPOs are familiar with my writing style. You know, one kind of flows into the other, and I have a little fun here. So if you can catch the little transitions. Let's start out with question number 1. Who plays Niobe in The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions? Who plays the character of Niobe in The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions? And then once I get that done, about 20 seconds or so, unless it's an ASAT rules, few more answers. I'll give you the appropriate extra time. All right, wind that down. Looks like you guys are just about ready to go. So we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. JPO, we'll start with you on the left.
Will you slap me if I'd say anything bad about her? Jada Pinkett Smith?
Robert?
Partner's my namesake, Ghost. He's the greatest character, but it's Jada.
Yeah, we better keep her name out of our mouths, gentlemen, because it is Jada Pinkett. Yes, playing Niobe.
Sorry, Will, if you're watching.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Hey,
Sorry about that.
We have a few watchers out there.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It should be a great match. You'll stick around. But speaking of the Wachowskis and the Little Matrix, what was their directorial debut as directors? What movie was the Wachowskis' directorial debut?
I'm guessing it's not The Matrix?
He's at this.
10 more seconds to get this one in. The Wachowskis' directorial debut. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert, starting with you.
I have Doug Lyman's directorial debut of Go.
And JPO?
Is it Bound?
It is Bound, yes, with Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon, Joey Pantsa, Rachel
have it in the back of my head.
in there. Yeah, Bound, just a few years before.
I didn't know Joey Pantsa was in it. I've only seen a couple of scenes.
He's like the third person. There's only like 3 people in that movie, and he's like the third person, essentially. Very
I haven't seen that, though.
But speaking of things that are bound and whatnot, who directed the Stephen King adaptation Gerald's Game featuring a bound Carla Gugino? Who directed the Stephen King adaptation Gerald's Game featuring a bound Carla Gugino, just kind of bound to the bed for the movie. For the director of Gerald's Game.
and perhaps other things.
And maybe some other things. Most directors tend to do more than one thing. There's a few instances of the director just did like one thing and disappeared for a while. Nell Stewart only directed Willy Wonka and then nothing else. Weird. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, JPO.
I hate myself because I asked a very similar question. I don't have it.
Don't have it, Robert. You got it?
Mike Flanagan.
It is horror veteran
Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan. Mike Flanagan directed Gerald's
I'm like,
Game.
Mike White's not it. Oh my god! I literally just asked. Mike Flanagan directed blah blah. Like I just asked like the inverse of it. Goddamn.
But Robert ties it up there 2-2, going into question number 4 here. And speaking of little Mike Flanagan, this is a ASAT rule, so 2 answers going in on this one. What years saw the release of Mike Flanagan's Dr. Sleep and its predecessor, The Shining? So looking for 2 years. The year of Dr. Sleep and the year of The Shining. ASAT rules here, so whichever you guys get the most answers, if you both tie with the same answers, you both get the point. The years of Dr. Sleep, directed by Mike Flanagan, and The Shining. All right. A few extra seconds. Make sure you guys confident with those answers.
So much blood.
And we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert, what you got?
2019 and 1980.
And JPO?
I might have one-offed it as an 80 and 18.
It is 1980 and 2019. Robert Castle is going to get the points for that one.
wow.
2019 and 1980.
I'm
So you're
happy
very, very
that's-
close. Very, very close.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's stick with the theme of a little, let's stick with some of this. You'll see in a second. A little Stephen King. The rock band ACDC provided the soundtrack for what Stephen King adaptation? Rock band ACDC provided the entire
I hate
soundtrack
this
for
question.
what Stephen King adaptation?
Ooh.
I love it because they're my favorite band.
Once I get the right answer, then yeah.
All right.
Oh, I should have known Pound.
Mhm.
I watch a lot of,
Mhm.
Pound
Alright.
sci-fi.
All right. Yeah. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. JPO
Christine.
and Robert.
Silver Bullet.
Look for Maximum Overdrive, also directed by Stephen King, about the trucks, that Green Goblin truck. Yes, the whole soundtrack is AC/DC. Kind of fun for what it is. All right. But sticking, with Maximum Overdrive, well, who plays the accountant of Lucifer chasing Nick Cage in Drive Angry? Who plays Lucifer's accountant chasing Nick Cage in Drive Angry?
Oh.
I will say some of these questions I upped the difficulty just a tad because you guys are in kind of like, near the end of the tournament. You're both worthy of being here. I had to turn it up a little bit for at least a few of these. Some of these are easier than others, I promise. All right. Look for the accountant of Lucifer, chasing Nick Cage, Drive Angry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert?
No clue. Said Peter Stormare.
Stormare, JPO?
William Fichtner?
William Fichtner is the correct answer. Yes, he's chasing Nick Cage around in Drive Angry.
Jog that memory.
The accountant of Lucifer. But let's stick on the topic of accountants. And in The Accountant, with Ben Affleck, who plays Living Robot CEO Lamar Blackburn, the man who hires Ben Affleck to check his company's books? In The Accountant, who plays Living Robot CEO Lamar Blackburn, the man who hires Ben Affleck to check his company's books? Just rewatched this right before I saw the sequel. So if you did the same thing, you might know the answer.
Never seen that. That'd be fun. I know people who are in it. So.
Let's see if you can remember who was in it. See if you got the right answer. And
yeah, I'm gonna change my answer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Ben's down. JPL, let's see if you got it in time. What you got?
John Lithgow or Jeffrey Tambor. I hope I made the right choice.
Robert?
I said J.K. Simmons.
John Lithgow is your correct answer.
Yeah.
Because
I was like, no, he's the fucking
J.K. Simmons is the Treasury
Okay.
Secretary guy with the investigation. John Lithgow is actually running the company he hires to look at the books that are well cooked. But still got a close game here. JPO in the lead 4-3, but still a very tight game. We got lots of questions to go. And we're going to question number 8. Speaking of John Lithgow, John Lithgow plays villainous Eric Quaylen in what 90s action film? John Lithgow plays villainous Eric Quaylen in what 90s action film? Yeah, they vary in difficulty. A little trickier, a little easier. I like to have a mix. I don't like people to bomb. That's no fun. It's no fun. You don't want a game with like 4 points total. That's no fun for anybody to watch. All right, and 5,
People like defensive
4,
struggles.
3, 2, and 1. Robert, going back to you.
Cliffhanger.
And JPO.
Cliffhanger.
All right, please move on that one. That is Cliffhanger. Yes, John Lithgow playing the villain in Cliffhanger. Let's stick on the topic of cliffs, so to speak. In the 1994 comedy Clifford, 1994, see what I did there? The 1994 comedy Clifford, what 2 actors play the adults supervising Clifford for the week, aka Uncle Martin and his fiancee Sarah? Looking for 2 answers here. ASAT rules. The 1994 comedy Clifford, what 2 actors play the adults supervising Clifford for the week? And there, that's Uncle Martin and his fiancee Sarah, specifically. There are 2 actors here, actor and actress. I'll give you a few extra seconds for this one. 2 answers here. About 15 more seconds. I like Robert's briefcase size whiteboard. It's nice.
It was a gift.
Yeah, there you
Do a
go.
lot of things.
All right. And let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, looking for 2 answers here, JPO. What you got?
I'm gonna have it wrong. Charles Durning and Diane Weiss.
Robert?
I have no idea what this movie is. It's Jennifer Jason Leigh and Charles Grodin.
You did stumble into 1 correct answer, so you were going to get it because it's Charles Grodin and Mary Steenburgen. Mary
And
Steenburgen.
fuck you if you have
Charles
no idea.
Grodin.
You have an idea. Fuck you.
And so Robert
Bullshit.
getting at least Charles Grodin, so you get the point there, stumbling into us. And
Not a dog question, Tato.
But yeah, Steenburgen and Grodin on that one, and with that one, Robert ties it up. It is now 5-5. We got a close game. It's a good thing I wrote some tiebreakers. We might need them. But let's stick on the topic of Miss Mary Steenburgen. She's in Back to the Future Part 3, and her character of Clara Clayton asked Doc Brown to fix what item of hers? Back to the Future Part 3, Mary Steenburgen's character of Clara Clayton asked Doc Brown to fix what specific item of hers?
I thought about all the things that he invented in this movie before I got to the actual answer.
My God. All right. Let's see if you guys can come up with that item. All right. And we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert.
Telescope.
JPO?
I did carriage.
It's a telescope, is what he fixes for her. Turn it one way, the image is fuzzy. Turn it back the other way, everything becomes clear. Yes, telescope. And use the telescope to look to the skies. So let's look to the skies for question number 11. In 2001, A Space Odyssey, the astronauts are flying to what planet following a mysterious signal? 2001, A Space Odyssey, the astronauts are flying to a planet following a mysterious signal. What planet are they flying to?
I challenge the last question. Potter to the right answer, so I don't think I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Yeah, he invented it like 100 years before it was ready. Yeah. All right, looking for the planet they're heading to in 2001: A Space Odyssey. All right. And a few more seconds, guys. And we'll go 5, 4, 3. If you don't remember the movie, just guess one of the planets. 2, 1.
What I'm doing.
JPO, give me your best guess. What you got?
Saturn.
And Robert?
I said Mars.
Dirty Sweep, welcome for Jupiter. They are heading to Jupiter.
All right.
Jupiter. You guys were like kind of right in between there. Yeah, so they're heading to Jupiter in
guess.
that movie. That's right. Let's there's a computer named Hal in that movie. Did you at least know that, JPO? Hal 9000?
Yeah, I
so
thought I had that answer.
let's talk about another Hal. So who plays Hal's best friend Mauricio in Shallow Hal? We're looking for who plays Hal's best friend Mauricio in Shallow Hal.
That's where I thought we were going.
Maybe this will be a little more up your alley, JPO. We'll see. You got to get on that 2001, JPO. Come on now. See it in a theater if you can. I know it's hard to like schedule that, but if you can, go see it in the theater. All right, Hal's best friend Mauricio, Shallow Hal. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Starting with Robert this time.
Jason Alexander. He has a vestigial tail.
And JPO?
Jason Alexander, and that Drew guy with a little tail.
It sure is Jason Alexander. George Costanza himself, Jason Alexander. That is a correct answer. Robert's leading 7-6, but it's still a very, very close game. We still got some questions to go. We'll stick on the topic of an Alexander, so to speak. Question number 13. Who directed the 2004 Swords and Sandals epic Alexander? Who directed the 2004 Sword and Sandals epic Alexander?
So if I go LARPing in my sandals and make a movie about it, is it a sword and sandals epic?
Do you have a sword as well?
Yeah, they usually had swords in LARPing. Yeah.
You probably need to go to a place with a lot of sand too, not just like, your backyard. But yeah.
It's not called a sword, sand, and sandals epic. It's called a sword and sandals epic.
Well, you wear the sandals in the sand, That's like most of these movies take place with a lot of sand around,
Right, but okay, but it's not in the.
I mean, I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. 5, 4,
tiny little rocks.
3, 2, and 1. JPO. What you got?
Yeah, Oliver Stone.
And Robert?
Oliver Stone.
Yeah, a little out of his wheelhouse, but he made Oliver Stone. Yeah, made Alexander. So nicely done there. There's been like 3 cuts of Alexander. It's weird. There's like an extended cut and then like a final cut. It's like Blade Runner. It's weird. All right, but anyway, sticking on the topic of stones, so to speak. Question number 14. Halle Berry plays a secretary named Miss Stone in what 90s family comedy? Halle Berry plays a secretary named Miss Stone in what 90s family comedy? All right. You seem to go to your boards there. So let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert, back to you.
Flintstones.
And JPO?
Yabba dabba doo.
Yeah, the Flint Stones. Yes, a whole lot of stones going on in that question with the Flint Stones.
It's a living.
That's right. Oh, the Flintstones is a cartoon, so let's talk a little animation for question number 15. Legendary actor Vincent Price voices the villainous Professor Radigan in what 80s animated movie? Vincent Price voices the villainous Professor Radigan in what 80s animated movie?
All right, so Robert wrote a little while, so not a short title.
He could be bluffing you. He could be
Also
like, just
take a long
pretending.
time.
I do that on purpose sometimes, just in case.
Yeah. Right,
Uh,
like a whole paragraph. All right.
You said 80s.
All right. We're going to wind it down here. You got those repeats if you need them. Extensions? 5.
I'm gonna have to. I haven't written anything yet.
Extension?
Well, you didn't say. No, keep counting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Extension.
Extension. Okay. All right. 20 more seconds.
All right,
Starting now.
let me write down anything.
For Vincent Price, Professor Radigan, what 80s animated movie?
I legitimately did not know Clifford. I was just thinking of a 90s person.
It's got like a weird cult following.
Shut up,
People-
Robert.
People
Trying
like,
to strike me out of
rediscover that
anger.
movie. People like rediscover that movie over the years and now say it's like brilliant. So we'll see. I don't know.
And honestly, I sat there for like 10 seconds trying to remember Charles Grodin's name. I was like,
5,
dude, in that run. And
4,
that guy.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, JPO.
I wasted time.
JPO
Oh, it's me. An American Tale. Fievel Goes West.
and Robert.
Great Mouse Detective.
Great Mouse Detective
That makes
is the
more
correct
sense.
answer. The
That
Great
makes so
Mouse.
much
If
more
you
sense.
think about Radigan, yeah, it's the Great
Son of a
Mouse
bitch.
Detective. Yes.
Radigan.
All right. So let's stick on the topic of detectives, so to speak. What comedic actor stars as Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother in the 1975 comedy The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother? What comedic
I
actor?
never heard of this.
What comedic actor stars as Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother in the 1975 comedy The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother? This movie also kind of has a cult classic thing to it.
Does it? Never
Yeah,
heard of it.
it's got a little bit of a following. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, you and one other person bought the Vinegar
Yeah.
Syndrome Blu-ray, probably.
Maybe.
Is that a real thing?
I think so. Yeah.
I made it up.
Not like Vinegar Syndrome per se, but I'm pretty sure it has like a goofy.
Oh,
beat in
okay.
it. Yeah. All right. Again, I had to tweak it a little bit. You guys are winding down the tournament. Had to go.
I know, yeah,
do
that's all
the
good.
goofy ones.
I
5,
know less.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Robert, let's see what you got.
John Cleese.
John Cleese, JPO.
Dudley Moore.
Incorrect there on both accounts. Gene Wilder, the great Gene Wilder. That's
He's
one
a
of
funny
his
guy.
70s movies. Yeah. But let's stick on the topic of Gene Wilder, so to speak. So in Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which child character is the second to depart the factory via a unwise decision? Just looking for the first name of the character. Don't need a full name.
You're
just
too
first name.
old. Why do you hate me, Pez? 80s, 80s, 70s, 70s. Fuck.
Hey, some of these are very well known movies, sir. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
I
Factory is
don't
not
give
an
a shit, it's
obscure
old.
picture. It's not an obscure picture. All right.
This movie's overrated.
Anyways, Willy Wonka.
Fight me in the chat, y'all.
Which child character is the second one to be departed from the factory, so to speak? Just looking for a first name. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, I don't,
JPO.
Tato. Veruca.
And Robert?
Violet, you're turning violet.
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet, yes, she is the second one to go. Is Violet, yes. Violet is the second one to go.
Doesn't mean I retained it. I don't care then. I didn't care now.
11-8 is our score. Still got a few questions left. Let's see if JPO can catch up here. So we're going a little more modern here. What year saw the release of the sci-fi action films Ultraviolet and Deja Vu? What year saw the release of the sci-fi action films Deja Vu and Ultraviolet?
Hey, Potter's agree with me.
Veruca's the third one to go.
Veruca's third.
She's right after that. Yeah, she's third.
You know why I
And
wrote her? She's the only name I remember.
And then Mike TV.
Only shot
and then,
ahead.
Then it's only
I know.
Charlie. All right, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Robert
2006.
and JPO.
I have 5.
2006 is the correct answer. 2006.
Oh, what?
Robert picking it up.
I'm
Yes,
so confident. I wrote that
2006.
quickly, too.
2006. Ultraviolet's based on an MTV show. So let's talk about a show. What two actors, another ASAT round here. What two actors play quiz show rivals Charles Van Doren and Herb Stempel in the film Quiz Show, 1994? Once again, what two actors play quiz show rivals Charles Van Doren and Herb Stempel in the 1994 film Quiz Show? For two actors here. ASAT rules. Play those two quiz show rivals in Quiz Show. Two actors. You guys will let your tongue write these down. This is your penultimate question of regulation. All right, you guys a few more seconds. Think about it. About 10 more seconds. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. JPO.
Rock Pianist and John Turturro.
All right, and Robert.
I said Rob Morrow, and then Robert Redford directed it, but I didn't know if he was in it.
No, that's not correct. JPO is correct with Ray Fiennes and John Turturro. Yeah, Ray Fiennes, John Turturro. And what actor-director directed Ordinary People, The Horse Whisperer, The Legend of Bagger Vance, and Lions for Lambs. Final question of the evening.
This is the final question?
Final question, number 20.
Oh, well, that's unfair that you did it back-to-back, same director.
Why is that? I didn't say anything.
No, but I know he knows it. I'm like, I don't say who does that. You don't do that. Come on. You didn't give me a chance to get a point over him.
You gave the point.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robert kind of already spoiled it, but Robert.
And Robert.
Yeah, I know he knows it.
Robert. JPO.
Robert.
Robert, yeah. Because I was
If
gonna
he
say,
knows
who
he
also
directed Question, he knows he directed those other ones.
Well, I was going to say so I had to omit the question because I said, what actor directed Quiz Show, but also these other films. So yeah, because he's not in it, so it's kind of like it's not as obvious as you might think. But with the score tonight of 13-10, Robert Kastner is going to take the victory this evening, and he is going to move on to face Mr. Mesa Media. So there you go, Robert Kastner. Congratulations, sir. JPO still getting 10 points, still getting double digits. So there you go. Again, I tuned up the difficulty just a little bit because you guys are, well into the tournament. So I had to kind of tune it up just a tad, just to give you guys a little bit of a challenge. But Robert, nicely done here. So plugs, parting words, thoughts on JPO, and your favorite Gene Wilder movie.
Plugs, trivia shit. I also write on Bite Size Breakdown. Tiny reviews. Amaru does that. Do that there. Thoughts on JPO? I definitely thought I was going to lose because this is his game. Like I don't give a shit.
Stop making me feel bad. You already won. Quit kicking me.
Sorry. Well, it's not. I was trying to lift you up. It was like light as a feather, stiff as a board. Because you're a corpse. But I was trying to lift you up. And then
I'm a corpse. Still being me.
Because they killed you in this way. Because you're dead in the tournament. You're gone. Yeah, it's really sad.
I'm sad because I don't get to guess right any more matches because now JPO's back.
Yeah, you're out of here, Pez. I don't need you anymore.
You don't need me
anymore. It was host a free for all.
Oh no! I mean, I'll do something, or I'll just write an exhibition or something at some point. You know me. I'll come up with some goofy shit. Yeah. So yeah.
And go Willy Wonka, but I'll say the producers.
Producer sounds good. JPO, no, still getting 10 points, and there were some toughies in there. So, kudos to you for still scrapping up 10 points there. Yeah, you got a tough point tonight, but plugs, parting words, and let's see. Well, I asked about Shallow House. So your favorite Jack Black movie? You can give me that, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think the obvious answer that even Jack Black will agree with here, despite him having a really good filmography, is School of Rock. I think it's just kind of almost perfect, almost.
Yeah.
And he will say that to me in an interview.
Right.
No, shout out to my opponent Robert. No, it went the way I thought it would. Robert's really good. I mean, again, that Charles Durning poll just shows that he's got a good mind, even when he's not necessarily sure. He knows how to kind of pick things apart.
Well, you said Charles Durning. He said Charles Grodin. That was correct.
See, again, I'm still saying Charles Durning. Whoever the fuck you are, Charles Durning.
Charles Durning is the right name.
Charles Grodin. And I said, because I know the actor, I can picture the DVD cover. I never saw the movie, but I can picture
I was going to say, even if you've seen, that's one, even if you've seen the poster, the trailer, or anything like that.
Yeah, well, that's why I thought I was halfway there until I was like, oh, wait, I don't know your last name. Damn it, man. You stopped making movies and then you passed away.
Yeah.
But, no, man, like I said, we're exactly where I want to be in the tournament, enough to show that I'm a decent enough player. But I also don't want to go too far because
not as much to show that it's rigged. And JPO made it all the way to the finals because it's rigged.
Oh wow, it's his fucking tournament. Yeah. So yeah, exactly, right in the middle. That's where I want to be. So stay tuned. This was the last, I believe, of this. Now we are at the semis, y'all.
You're at the semis.
We're almost there. This could even be. I'll try to schedule these sometime this week, so could even see I'm happy this week. So yeah, we're almost there, y'all. 2026 champ or 2025. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead already. Coming soon.
Yeah, no, and those two good matches. Robert Kastner facing off against Steve Mesa. That'll be a great match on the right side. Corey Quinto and Big Business. Jeremy Potter's on the left side.
Prepare.
Yeah. Jeremy was in there getting ready, maybe tuning up his trivia brain. He's going to need it against Quinto. And the winner of Robert, you and Mesa, is gonna face one of those guys. So that's a tough challenge right on that side as well. But yeah, this for me. You can find me over on the Movie Hero Network and with JPO, this guy up here, and Richie Goodacre, Jacob Barber on the Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast every Thursday night. That has its own channel, so you can look that up as well. So, yeah, that's it for me. JPO, thank you so much for giving me the honor of hosting this once again. I appreciate it. Always have fun writing these questions and guest hosting, but I'll turn it back over to you to wrap it up. Thank you.
Yeah. Lonely March Thursdays. We'll talk about all the people that got fired. It's gonna be a sad
we got some things to talk about this week. I think just a few things that happened. Not much.
Another episode that went from we don't really have much to do to it's gonna be a long
to
one.
All of a sudden, it's like the whole
Yeah.
the whole episode is gonna be you recapping the careers of 15
It's
people.
gonna
that
be.
got
I know
released.
because you never know when they're gonna go, and then I think we got a pay per view, so it's gonna end up being a long one probably.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's right.
so
You
big shout out.
got a lot of work because you got not only you got to talk about all the people that got released, but
Yeah,
also the backlash predictions.
graphic.
So it's a
Yeah.
whole lot. Yeah.
Luckily, that bitch will end up having 5 matches probably, so that won't be too long.
Right.
But yes, big shout out to Pez for writing, Robert for playing. Stay tuned. We're almost at the semis. Let's see, one more comment. What is it? See you in the finals, Bobby. Ooh, Jeremy's shooting his shot.
Shoot a shot. Yeah.
Coming soon. We love you more than you'll ever know. Good night.